Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tales Archived. We are happy to return to you all after our holiday break, and we are happy to bring you back to the story Godkiller Sinner's Sacrifice. Now, to catch you up, Godkiller Sinner's Sacrifice is the passion project of Angie, Agonthetic, and Cyrus, it's 8-bit. Seven gods have feasted on their worshippers for far too long. Flint, after a tragic event, has decided to sit back no longer. Flint will be your god killer. Um, you can find Cyrus, they, them, playing the gods. They can be found anywhere on the internet as it's 8-bit, creating art, cosplaying, or being a silly little dude. And then Angie, they, them, is playing the god killer Flint. You can find them at Agonthetic on socials and also on their website, agonthetic.com. You can also find them every Sunday night here for Known Realms to Lesh, our ongoing D&D 5e campaign. Content warning for today's session. We run into concepts of greed, violence, death, gore, consumption, and religious themes. So if you don't feel able to contend with those themes, there is your content warning. But yeah, we're happy to be back. We're happy to be diving back into these stories and enjoy episode 2 of Godkiller Sinner's Sacrifice.
As you climb your way up to the next level, you have entered the city of greed. A red hue kind of fills the sky as you can see the layers above kind of shining down and reflecting off of a lot of the surfaces down here, kind of that like what is it called? Ambient occlusion? Um Yeah, it's just kind of like everything here reflects things above. There are kind of these mounds and piles of things everywhere, some valuable, some useless. Amongst these piles are doors where you can only imagine people are inside of. You also see a lot of people roaming the streets, kind of picking up anything they can, searching through these piles to find anything of value, anything of worth, anything that might be of worth to her. As you are kind of taking in the scene, you also notice people fighting over things, others desperately holding on to the last of their items as if their life depends on it. And it almost does. Everyone here looks quite gaunt, quite weak.
People are in front fighting. What are they fighting over?
Rags, it appears to you. Petty
Do
silverware covered in rust. Coins that would not be able to buy anyone much.
do I understand the concept of value?
Not exactly. You've never had anything.
Yeah. Can I'll keep walking. I'll my intent is never to approach someone who is having an interaction like this. However, I can't imagine that I wouldn't walk into one.
Hmm. What does Flint have on them right now?
Well, I think Flint is wearing just a tight black shirt, high collar black shirt, and just loose trousers, no shoes. They've been barefooted this time. And there's not much else on them, or at least not much else that they've noticed that is on them. Again, they don't have a concept of value.
And you're carrying that piece of glass, yeah?
Yes, there is that piece of glass. How could I have forgotten? The one that they got from Magnus's domain.
Yeah. And as you walk, you notice people stopping to eye you, looking at that piece of glass, as that piece of glass is one of the shiniest things amongst the dreary background of these piles of junk.
They
I
continue
think,
walking.
yeah, I think not knowing the value that you have, it is maybe uneasy that people are looking at you this way, as you have very scarcely ever been noticed before this moment.
Hmm. Is there anyone, because I don't understand value, I don't understand what it is that they are seeking or looking at. I only simply understand that I am in existence here.
Mhm.
And I also understand violence, especially after facing Magnus and understanding
Mhm.
what it is to cause pain. Is there anyone that looks particularly dangerous?
Yeah, as you continue walking, you can hear commotion. You can hear screaming and grunting and snapping. As you continue on rounding these piles, you see one man holding a pickaxe in his hand, swinging at anyone who dares to come near. As you can see, he's kind of standing atop a pile of stones. These stones are bright in nature. You don't quite understand what is so important about them, but the sheer color and pureness of the ore draws you to it. And you see this man fighting off people with very little regard for who he is killing. He is larger than most, and he is quite driven in his desire. A small part of you feels as though maybe it is less about protecting his riches and more for the sport.
Are we currently in a fort, or does it seem like he views this pile of ores as his own fort?
As his own fort.
Is he in my way? The direction I
He
have to go?
he does pose a threat to you, yes. If you were to walk in this direction, which you need to, you would be
Hmm.
attacked.
Okay. I think as Flint is going to approach. They're gonna close the distance all the way up until the point where it seems like this individual turns their eyes on them.
Yeah, and as like you kind of walk up, he is just kind of um slamming down his pickaxe right into someone and kind of kicking them off and turns his attention to you. You can kind of see their bodies kind of littered around this pile.
Hmm.
He's been at this for a while. You challenge me.
Uh, no. Uh, I'm good. Can I get across?
He looks you up and down, notices your bare feet, your kind of simple clothing, and then eyes the glass on your person for a price.
What does that mean?
That glass.
No.
As you say no, his eyes squint, his head tilts.
Are you going to give me your pickaxe?
I am the one blocking the path. Should you wish to pass, you will give me that which is valuable.
This doesn't have any value.
And he laughs.
It's just a piece of glass.
Then I see no reason you can't part with it.
Well, I see a reason why I can't part with it. It's sharp and it keeps me protected.
And let's see how well it protects you against me. As he kind of readies himself.
Okay. So you just want to fight for it?
It's worked out for me so far. As he kind of gestures to his pile.
Sure. If this is what working out means to you. I don't have any beef with you.
Nor I you, but I wish for your belongings, and you do not wish to part. Thus we have come at an impasse. One that can be solved with this. And he kind of holds his pickaxe out.
Oh, okay. I think I'm remembering what this is. So you're a bully. You have no reason to need any of this. You just want it. And in the process of wanting it, you hurt other people.
You clearly do not know the way things work around here.
You're
Orin is
damn,
only wish.
you're
Orin is
damn
only
right I
to
don't.
speak to those who hold value.
So she speaks to only those who hold value. Why would you want to speak to her?
I wish to leave this place.
Okay.
And with enough, I can buy my freedom.
Whoa. Yikes. I mean, at some point I have to go talk to her too. Do you want to come with me?
He looks distrusting of you. He feels as though a part of him knows that this would be amenable. There's another part of him that is quite selfish and not wishing to share the reward.
So, can I try and connect with this individual?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Flint is going to be just, instead of extending the hand out that has the glass, they're going to extend their empty hand, the hand that has nothing of value aside from just themselves, over to this individual. I'm Flint. What is your name?
He takes in a deep breath, as if he has almost forgotten who he is. He's been here so long. Argon.
Argon. Okay.
And for your connect with someone move,
Mm-hmm.
Answer me one and I will answer the other. What common ground do you two share? And what still divides you?
I think the common ground that we both share is that we both know that we have to see Oren.
Yeah. And I would say the thing that divides you is that you two have clearly been here for 2 different amounts of time. You can tell based on just kind of how covered he is that he's been at this for a while. There's not really any concept of time here. Um, there is just being and not being. Something can feel like an eternity without counting days.
Mm-hmm.
This is all he's known. This is all that's left of him.
Well, Argon, we can both go to Oren if you're willing. Because I'm looking at this. I'm looking at you doing this. And you are needing more and more and more of what you say is valuable to be able to speak to her. So what is enough? Right? When does it end?
He stares blankly at the ground. He acknowledges the pile of corpses at his feet. He acknowledges the amounts of treasure that he has accumulated. And he looks to you. You can see that reflection of a flame in his eye as he's looking at you. Very well. He extends a hand covered in viscera and other matter, but it is genuine.
Flint takes it, shakes, wipes, just like that.
Yeah. And he grabs kind of a harp kind of material, kind of collecting all of these things in this sack to bring to Orin. You can see that there's an accumulation of kind of rings and jewelry, some personal effects, things that to us wouldn't have much value, but these things have value in the sense that they were important to the people who owned them before. He hauls the sack kind of over his shoulder, hoisting his pickaxe on his hip holster.
All right, well, down the road we go. Is your
I shall follow.
You're going to be okay leaving your fortress here?
He looks back, but he's not looking at the pile. He is looking past that at a door. I shall be fine.
Okay, well then let's go, Argon.
You both travel through the road. It is a very disheartening sight to see how much people have lost. The closer that you get to Orin, the more you see that desperation in people, in the bodies around, some missing pieces of not just their belongings but themselves. People kind of begging to be dragged to the gates so that they may try once again to regain a little bit of what they've lost, even if it's just a crumb. others who see that they have nothing left and want Orin to finish the job. As you both walk through this kind of place just full of helplessness, Argon speaks up amongst the suffering and just says, "Who are you? Who are you really?"
Oh, I'm just Flint.
But you are not of this place.
No. I came up from Magnus's domain, and before that, from somewhere darker. Don't really have a name for it. I'm trying to
You
get.
came.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all the way up. I'm trying to find someone.
He looks at you, and clearly you are smaller than him, and he almost comically wonders how you achieved that feat. Huh. How? How did you get up?
Well, the last time I spoke with Magnus, they threatened me. Talk through it. Now I'm here.
And he just let you go.
It's a little bit more complicated than that. But yeah.
I don't know what you are, Flint, but this better work.
Well, I can't make no promises. I'm not infallible, if that's what you're wondering.
But you are at least something more than I.
Hold up. I'm not better than you, if that's what you're wondering. At least I don't
There is
feel
something
better than you.
different. I feel it. I see it. Amongst everything that is cold, you are warmth. Amongst everything that is hopeless, you are a beacon. You shine. You are different.
So your words, not mine. What do you know about Orin?
I know that she is deceitfully generous.
Fully generous.
She will give you anything you ask. But in what you want, the price will be twice as high. When you make a deal, she will not just take anything. She will take everything. That is why I've spent so long collecting things, so that no matter what the price, I will be able to pay.
So you haven't made a deal with her?
I did once.
What did she take from you?
Something that was not my right to give. and I had only noticed once it was too late. I now just wish for my family back.
There's a moment when Argon says that, wanting their family back, and then they also remember Leorna speaking about her father's locket. And Flint feels a sort of wavering in their mind. Your family.
Have you left yours behind?
Well, I don't really have much to give, so.
Well, hopefully I have enough for both of us.
It's very kind of you, Argon.
I'm gambling on the fact that since you were able to move once, you will be able to move up again, and I shall be there to reap the benefits as well.
See. So it's like a quid pro quo.
He nods his head yes.
Got it. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. I see. It feels like there's a lot of... How do you say it? There's nothing that happens in this place without something being given in return.
Yes, it is a place of deals and contracts.
Got it. Okay.
But not everything is of equal value. You shall do well to remember that.
Deals and contracts. Not equal value. Got it. Why did you want the glass?
Another thing of value.
See, that's what I find really interesting. Is that you saw value in it. This is just a tool. So...
And yet, that tool has made it with you all the way here.
Mm-hmm.
There's something within it, I see.
You're putting value to it.
Do you not put value to your personal belongings? As he kind of puts a hand on his pickaxe.
Well, I don't have much. I have this shirt, these pants, and the glass. I'm just keeping this here so that I could protect myself. I needed to protect myself from you. But if you're not fighting me... Here. Hands over the glass.
And he takes it. He kind of looks at it, and he looks at you, and just kind of pockets it away, and continues forward without even really replying to you.
I didn't put a value to it. You did.
And if someone were to ask for the shirt off your back,
Well, do you need it? I don't think it'll fit you.
the fit is not what I'm worried about. But please, keep it.
Okay.
You both continue walking to these big red doors. They kind of pulse, and above it, you can see a like kind of big carved sign that says the Horde. Well, once we enter this door, you'll be in Orin's domain, and we shall not leave until the trade is finished.
Intense. Okay. And Flint will walk first and push open the doors.
Yeah, as you push open the door, it is kind of light. It's almost deceiving how easy it is to open these doors. But they close right behind you. Just kind of airtight. You almost feel a little bit of like suffocation as the doors close, you know? You can feel the air kind of being trapped within this room. You can feel yourself being trapped within this room, and ahead of you is a large vault door with like this big kind of what are they called?
Lock
Yeah.
mechanism.
Yeah, with this big like kind of lock mechanism, this wheel that you would use to turn it, but rather than there being kind of like a combination or something, there is just a man sitting on the other end, his hands behind his back, dressed in a nice suit. Welcome to Orin's Horde. Argon kind of looks at you to see if you want to say something first.
How do we get through?
A game.
Oh. Games.
He kind of gestures his hand, and like kind of very and you see kind of a small table materialize with a bunch of kind of these wooden stools around it. It looks like a dealer's table. And what have you brought to trade?
So over to Argon. Is he waiting for me?
Kind of no, Argon, yeah, like is like, you sure you want to do this?
Well, I gotta get through.
And you see Argon put a couple of items on the table, and the man looks down, and he's like, well, you know, this is quite not enough for passage for two. As Argon puts more valuables on the table, very hesitantly, as he looks at how much he has left, and it is already starting to look like the bag is changing its weight. Very well. Angelo, I need you to roll me 2d6.
I think
Do something crazy.
I think what Flint suddenly just sort of like, and paint me the picture again. I'm so sorry. So everything is on the table that Argon has given, and the well-dressed man, the gentleman, has said that this is not enough.
When Argon put the first bit on there, he said it wasn't enough, and then Argon doubled it.
Okay. I'll roll the 2d6, and what is the 2d6 for, just to make sure?
You're playing a card game.
Got it. Okay. And then it's a 6, a straight. So Flint looks at the man and says, "So who decides the value?"
I suppose that is up to the user. The higher in regard you hold things, the nicer they feel. As you see him place down these cards onto the table, he deals 3 to you, 3 to Argon, and 3 to himself. As you flip over the first card, you can see that it has kind of this void on it. Argon flips over his card, and it also has that same void on it. As the dealer flips, you can see that it has gold coins on his card. The house wins, as he kind of takes the belongings that Argon put on the table.
So if it's up to the person who is putting down the items to add value to it, then why have people fight for it? If one thing is just as valuable as a hoard. Seems like a strange setup you and your mistress have here.
We have done nothing but appraise the price of goods. It is up to those outside of these doors to decide how they attain them, how they hold them.
Got it. So then you're appraising. So you are the one that is instilling value into it.
More so, I feel how much others care for things. Whereas everything you have is worthless, but everything he has is priceless. And he looks to Argon, and Argon looks nervous having to give up more things to play again. You see him go deeper into the bag and put more things on the table.
Flint?
And this time he's put more than he did last time.
Yeah. Flint looks at Argon. All of this, every single piece on this table, is priceless to you.
I need for us to get through this door.
I know. I need that too. But it just looks over at the gentleman. It seems like a trick. This doesn't seem legitimate.
I've stated the rules plainly, though.
There's one thing that keeps coming to mind about places like this, is that it's easy for those in power to play with the with sleight of hand. It just feels a little bit like you're taking advantage of people.
And he leans in over the table and looks you in your eye. And you see that flame reflected in his.
I just don't trust it. I think I just want to speak to your manager.
I think you misunderstand how things work.
Oh, I do. People put value in things, and you appraise them as not being valuable enough. So, then what's the point? You barter in value. Someone is giving you what is most valuable, but to you, that's not enough. To them, it's everything. That's why I'm saying it doesn't make sense.
And what do you suppose you do to fix it? And as he smiles at you, you get a glimpse into his crooked mouth and notice a golden canine.
What would I do to fix it? Well, Argon, just give all of it up.
What if we lose the next hand?
Just give it all up and say, hey, here's everything that is priceless to me. I don't need to play. There's no reason to play. This is everything to me. I'm not going to barter with a game when everything that's valuable to me is being looked at like trinkets. That's what I would do. Again, I'd rather speak to your manager. We'll just give her their stuff ourselves.
He looks at you and then Argon. Who am I to stop fools from walking a path they know nothing about? If you think my game is unfair, I am delighted for you to meet the lady.
I'm looking forward to it.
He kind of sweeps up the cards in his hands and shuffles them once again. Well, will you do as your companion says? And Argon holds tightly to that bag of things. Just know, there are no refunds. Whether you are happy with the outcome or not. I would say this is a bigger gamble than my little card game.
You also don't have to do it, Argon. If you'd rather just walk out. I'm not playing in the game. It doesn't mean that you don't have to.
I trust you. I trust you. And he will put the bag of things on the table. And you can see your glass shard amongst those.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of takes it out and inspects it. Rare find. You don't see many of those in this circle. He takes those belongings, and you can see these big scales. One side that holds a large kind of gold statue of Lauren kind of sitting within it, like kind of like how you see like those little ladies sitting inside like a martini glass.
Mm-hmm.
And this statue has to weigh so much, but even putting the small bag in it, you see it easily tip the scale just because how much Argon has put stock in it. You see now that the only thing he has is his pickaxe. As the scale tip, the thin man kind of turns the lock to the vault and opens it. It is dark when you first go inside. Well, I hope you come out better than you are going in.
Flint takes a step in, looks back to Argon.
He steps in with you.
Mm-hmm. When the doors close, when the gentleman is no longer around, Flint looks over to Argon, like elbows him and says, "Well, the point is not to go back out at all. We're
Right.
going up."
As you enter that vault and it closes behind you, saying those words, "You are gone." Suddenly, sconces light your path ahead. It is kind of this bricked hallway, kind of covered in more bricked walls that lead you down. It seems almost endless as you are walking. You can see that Argon kind of the whole time is struggling to continue forward, but just kind of following you and your steadfastness of knowing where you're going.
How does it feel not having to carry all that with you?
I feel vulnerable.
Why?
Because if she asks something of me, I have nothing but myself to give.
Do you have value in yourself?
I am a skilled fighter.
That's a good thing. I mean, if you're proud of pile of bodies that you were surrounded by, you think that's something to be proud of?
What are you getting at?
Just a simple question.
I am proud that I am able to do what I have to. I do not think about cost.
So you're resilient. That's something to value.
Yeah, resilient. You reach the end of this hall, and there is this bright treasure room at the end of it. You can see um, that red light more focused here, but even then, you see kind of the reflections of gold coins, of jewels, of silver and gold. You see necklaces, you see precious metals, you see ores, you see tools, you see just a bunch of things, all kind of overwhelming in their kind of meaning. You can feel in yourself how much this room is just full of things people weren't willing to part with. Even amongst the things that are shiny, you see limbs, you see pieces of bodies, you see full bodies, you see bones, you see heads. Amongst this collection of things, you see cradled in a rib cage bursting with gold coins, Orin sleeping atop.
So she's not expecting us.
I I don't think many people make it this far.
Huh.
At least last time I did wasn't this full.
Hmm. Was she sleeping last time too?
No. And she was smaller. But
Oh.
she sits a considerable amount of feet long. I'd say 8 to 9. As you two speak, she kind of yawns. Hmm. Oh, I wasn't expecting guests.
Oh.
And who may I have the pleasure of meeting?
I'm Flint. And this is
Argon. It's been a while since I've seen you. I take it you two have come to trade.
um well, not really. At least not me. I'm just trying to go up.
Hmm. And as you say that, she steps down from that throne, walking her way towards you. You see how she dwarfs you as you see kind of this tall, beautiful woman. Um, she has these cat-like features and her hair up in kind of a head wrap that almost looks like a crown. Her face kind of covered in these gold jewels. She's draped in just kind of beautiful, like silk fabrics, with more like kind of gold trinkets hanging off of it. As you see, kind of a fur shawl on her shoulders as well, made of different, kind of very beautiful animal skins. She kneels down to you.
Pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
I suppose you are. A pleasure to me.
Ah. Yeah, I have experience with this. The flame, I'm assuming?
Yes. You are rather warm.
Yeah, you're not the first one.
And how do you suppose you will go up?
Well, where's the door?
You're looking at her.
Oh. Got it. Well, can I please go up?
And what will you give me?
I don't have much to give. At all. Honestly, I might just be wasting your time. So you could just let me through. And you can go back to sleep. You know, I remember parts of me that remembers growing up and how sleep was valuable to someone that I care about. So sorry to have woken you up.
She takes her finger and points to your chest. That is what I want.
Yeah, I thought you would say that. Why?
Perhaps I wish to go up too.
Are you serious? Or are you just saying that?
I guess you'll just have to read me to find out.
Thing is that if I give you this, then I'm no longer myself.
I mean, but if it is no value for you, then you shouldn't have a problem parting with it.
I think I breathe because of it.
Do you breathe because of it or in spite of it? I'd imagine most people can't live with the flame in their chests.
Breathe because of it. I think I'm here because of it. If I don't have it, then it's a lost cause. What's the purpose of me even being here?
Because I want you. Now, I'll happily let your friend go if you decide to stay here with me.
Do you need me, though?
I'm not in the business of needs. I am in the business of wants.
If Flint looks at Argon.
Argon looks back. He is eager to see what you decide.
Hmm. Flint's gonna look back at Oren and narrow their eyes. No. You probably don't hear that much. But it's a
As
no
you
from
say that,
me.
she stands tall. Then I suppose you turn around.
No. I want to challenge someone dangerous.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so when you challenge someone dangerous in front of an audience, say what foolish or risky action you hope they'll take and roll 2d6, add 1 for each true statement. So she cares about your opinion? No.
No.
She thinks she's stronger than you? Yes.
Yeah.
And the crowd is on your side.
Argon is on my side. So I just get one, right? One additional?
2 additional.
2 additional? Oh, okay. Got it,
Mhm.
got it, got it. Okay, so that's a 10. I rolled
10?
I rolled 8 and then 2 additional, a 10.
All right. What thing do you what action do you hope she'll take?
Hey, as she stands up in this regalia of like who she is, um I think Flint kind of hopes that she tries to grab at their flame just so that they can slap her hand away.
Yeah, and I think on an overkill, she is angered at the audacity of you telling her no, not once, but twice. She slams her hands down. You see her kind of grow in size, and she says no as you see her grab you in her hands, picking you up. You are so small in her grasp as she is squeezing you
Oh.
and looking you dead in your eyes.
Yeah, no, you don't hear that. You don't hear that a lot, do you? You don't need any of this. And yet you hold the door for everyone else. Surrounded by nothing, things of no value to you. Why? Because you know it's of value to everyone else. And
I
you
will
take
show
and
you
take and take.
what I do with things that have no value to me. And she swallows you
Oh!
whole.
Oh!
It is dark. It is slimy.
Cyrus?
As you are kind of moving, the realization of what just happened sets in. You can feel yourself igniting
Yeah.
as your kind of mind sets in. You can feel that same heat inside of you
Mhm.
build up. What do you do?
I want to wield my power. I want to
Yeah?
cause pain.
Yeah! Cause pain!
And it's Flint has walked this entire domain with this sort of feeling of this is ridiculous. And it's fully built on is fully built on pride,
Mhm.
on what they took from Magnus. And they stood before a god and looked down their nose at her and told her to her face no.
Mhm.
There was nothing but pride in that moment. And telling her no, and telling her that what she's doing is worthless. Their whole purpose is to cause pain.
Yeah. So you're doing an inflict violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she does wish you harm. I would say you're desperate. And is this personal?
Is it personal?
Or is it just business?
It's just business.
It's just business. All right, go ahead and
Yeah.
roll that with a +2.
Oof. Not great. 7.
Not great. 7. All right. Well, you did.
It's a hit.
Yeah, you did hit. um. Yeah.
Barely.
So you. How do you? How do you? How do you solve this problem?
Mm-hmm.
You've been
So
swallowed.
yeah. Let me make sure. So just to make sure,
Mm-hmm.
to rolling it back, I will inflict violence, but I also want to use wield the power as one of the divine moves, and that cause pain, that like not just physical but mental and emotional. That is something that he gained from Magnus.
Mm-hmm. Also, go ahead and mark another strain for that failure you had earlier.
Oh yeah. But I think there is a part of them where what did I do? Sorry. There's a part of them when they no longer have the glass in their hand. They no longer have it in their person. But it's this feeling and emotion of like, I don't need that to be dangerous. So they're essentially pushing against the slick walls of this enclosure and trying to push and fight against it, and kicking, punching, even though they're being constrained, and they feel themselves warming up from the inside as they're letting out this guttural, just trying to let it all out.
Yeah, and as you do, that flame builds up inside you and it gets let out with every kick, with every punch, with every scream. You tear through Orange chest in this kind of heat. You see Argon staring up at you as you leap from her chest as Oren's body begins to hit the ground. You hear her scream in pain. Ah! As she clutches that hole where you are no longer there. You are out. You are freed. You see light again. That red light again.
I think Flint immediately steps out of this cavity, covered in all this viscera. And Orin is still up, though, correct?
Yeah, she's like keeled over, but
Yeah.
still up and able to act, as
Yeah, I
she is
can't.
looking like she's about to retaliate.
Yeah, I can't believe this would take down a god. I think Flint immediately starts looking around, and they don't know how things work in this space. They don't know how it would be possible, but their eyes start looking around for their glass, for that shard.
Yeah. And as you're looking around, roll me a 2d6.
Yeah. Ooh, 11.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, um amongst all of this stuff that you see in this room, looking into the piles, you don't see that glass, but as Orin is kind of clutching her chest, she pulls her hand away and you could see that there's a collection of things that she has recently swallowed as well. That piece of glass standing out amongst the other things that Argon also brought.
Yeah. I think Flint will rush past Argon, grab at their pickaxe,
Hmm.
and yank it from Argon's body as well.
Yeah, and he gives no resistance. He's watching you in awe, as this is the
Mhm.
first time he's ever seen someone harm a god, let alone challenge a god.
Yeah.
He is enamored by you, enchanted, almost.
And as with this pickaxe in hand, Flint is going to run to this pile and start just hammering away at these things.
Yeah, and as you do, Orin is just screaming, is reaching for anything. Her eyes dart across. She is staring daggers into you as you are just absolutely desecrating everything that she holds dear.
Mhm.
You are helping yourself to her domain, and she hates you for it.
Mhm.
You get this feeling on the back of your neck where your hairs stand up. She's about to do something desperate. What do you do?
Um, let me see. I think they will hammer away um, at this pile, and then finally, when they're able to grasp the shard, they latch at it and pull it back as they tighten their hand around it and they feel it bleed against the skin as they point this shard up at Orin, pickaxe in hand, and says, all of this means nothing to you. You don't need it. You take and take and take.
And as you say this, she screams over every word you say, incoherent and just childlike, almost, uh, oh, almost plugging her ears as if to just drown out what you were saying and overpower you with her voice. She has this blood curdling scream that lets out. Go ahead and add another strain.
And Flint continues, though. Just says, those souls below, they worship you. They bring you these things that mean more to them than what it means to you.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! And she reaches for Argon. And he instinctually tries to grab that pickaxe, remembering that you have it.
Mhm.
He is helpless as she reaches for him. Um, she is endangering someone close to you.
Oh, what can I do? What can I do? Um, yeah, I think they're going to uh inflict violence once more. They're going to rush towards um towards where as they see the hand coming down towards Argon. I think Flint, uh, in this spark of speed, tries and moves towards to slam the shard over her hand before it
Yeah.
reaches Argon, if possible.
Um, yeah, then she does not wish you harm. Are you
Mhm.
desperate?
Yes.
And is this personal?
At this point, yes. Argon is a
Then go
friend.
ahead and yeah, roll with the +2.
Ooh, 6 and a 4, a 12.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
another overkill. How are you solving this?
Yeah, I think they were going to slam down with their shard, but at the last moment they overcorrect and bring the pickaxe down so that Argon sees this pickaxe crush through Oren's hand before she's able to grab. And then they're going to stand atop it, the hand,
Yeah.
glaring angrily at Oren and say, "You don't deserve any of this."
Yeah, and as you do, you kind of lose yourself. Um, you like kind of picking off her hand, you cleave farther and farther and farther up her forearm in just kind of this angerly fury. You're just kind of filled with this rage, that flame coming back, that glow, those blue lights just emanating from your every being. Argon almost looks at you in fear of the display that he is seeing right now. Your your divinity is currently spent, but Orin 2 does not have much in her either. She lays there, just silent, but her eyes look to you. What do you do?
Flint looks down at her. "The door, and let us through."
Would you say that you are attempting to spare her?
Hmm. There is that moment of, I think this is an individual that Flint is not going to be able to get through to the way that did Magnus. And sparing her would mean just things returning back to the way they were.
Mhm.
So a part of them feels the push to try and end it all. However, I could kill you right now. I think I hate you.
So do it.
I don't like owing debts. I think I just realized that.
As long as there's a God above you, you will always owe someone something. There is no such thing as a free world.
And yet, no such thing as a free world. And you'd rather just take advantage of it from everyone else.
Isn't that how it always works? The strong overpower the weak.
I don't think Flint is going to outright do a killing blow. I think Flint is just going to watch her die. She's already in pain. She's already bleeding, already fading from what Flint has already cost her. And they're going to value this moment.
Yeah. You see as she is lying there, her look to you after this altercation. Give me a roll to kill a god.
Whew, here we go. Okay. Ooh, that's a miss. 3.
As you both sit there looking into each other, it takes a moment for her to go. Her breath wheezes, but her eyes stay fixed on you that entire time. You seeing that flame reflected in it. Usually it is orange, it is now blue, as you can see your anger manifest within it. After that moment of just looking, that silence, you hear her say, "Thou shalt not speak truth." And you are branded with the mark of greed on your hand.
What? What did you do? What did you do?
She is gone. You feel a presence in the room shift. You sense nothing but yourself, and you are radiant, Flint. The shiny objects in the room are no longer reflecting that light above, but are reflecting the light from you. You are illuminated by the riches that surround you. Argon kind of fallen back on the ground, looking up at you for once. His breath kind of shallow. What did you do?
I put her to sleep.
Can we go?
And Flint looks around and tries to find, is there a door? Where is the passageway?
You see that that red that red light kind of illuminates another vault door.
That way.
And as you point to it, upon that curse, you feel another thing. Power. You have inherited Orin's power of misdirection.
Mhm.
And upon noting the big vault door, you also notice a false door. Now kind of rusted shut.
A false door.
Several, in
Do
fact, that line the walls.
do I know that they're false doors?
The illusion is now broken to you.
Which one's the true door?
The one straight ahead,
Okay.
on the exact opposite side of the room as the one you came in on.
Yeah. As Flint walks over and looks back at Argon, they hand over the pickaxe handle towards Argon.
He hesitates for a moment and then places his hand on yours. You do a much finer job wielding it.
Thanks. But I think things might get a little bit more choppy going forward. So you might want to hang on to it, or I don't know, take your pick.
He takes it. If it's all right with you, I'd like to continue traveling together.
Oh. I mean, yeah. I don't. In this moment, I think there's a part of Flint that wasn't expecting someone to come along. And a part of them that also doesn't want someone to come along so that they're not responsible for anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And rather than say no, they just say, sure.
He
But a part
smiles.
of them, that flame sort of flickers with untruth, with the lie.
And Argon kind of puts his pick on his holster and follows your lead. As you turn the vault door and to open it, there's a smell of freshness that you haven't had since forever. It's so foreign, it almost weirds you out how clean the air feels. As you ascend up a spiral staircase, the stone bricks slowly being covered by moss and vegetation, you open a hatch door in the middle of a field, and there is a mist covering the ground. There's a moistness in the air, kind of like a spring morning where the dew starts to settle on the grass. You can sense something sweet on the air, and that flame in your heart feels a little more at home here. It's very welcoming.
It's fully not like anything they've come across yet.
No.
Yeah. Flint looks up to Argon to see his expression, what he thinks of it.
He is in awe. This place is truly beautiful. It is nicer than anywhere than he's been before. A stark difference between the pride and the greed of the world. It's a place that makes you wish to stay here forever almost. You would never need to want for anything else, as you are taken care of here.
And I think Flint will roll their shoulders back and say, it's all right. And then start walking.
You begin your trek through the Garden of Lust. And that is where we'll end.
Hello again, and thank you all for hanging out for this installment of Godkiller Sinner's Sacrifice. Be sure to follow Angie and Cyrus on their socials. We will be back on January 18th for episode 3. And until then, you guys can tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. EST for the return of Known Realms Telesh. We're excited to be back. We are happy to be in the new year with you all and continuing to tell stories. Until then, hang on for a raid and we'll throw you guys into another TTRPG channel. See you later.